Hey guys, thanks for joining me. My name is Kara if you are new to my little channel. If you do like us, go ahead and subscribe, and hey, check us out on facebook.com/bagholder. Let's get started. This is going to be a great recipe. It's called sausage and chicken cassoulet. Cassoulet is basically a layered casserole with, it looks pretty. That's about it. And we're going to show you two ways, because you can do it as a cassoulet or you can just throw it all in a crock pot, mix it up, and eat it up. Let's go over what we need. I've got bacon, chicken, sausage. Now these are pre-cooked. You don't have to pre-cook this if you're going to throw it in a crock pot. You do need to pre-cook the bacon. But the chicken, go ahead and throw it in. Do not change the recipe at all, but that is okay. This is just going to cook faster. We're going to do a cup of, and if you watch my videos, you know I do a lot of flash frozen veggies. This is a seasoning blend. Love, love, love it because it has peppers, onions, and celery all in one pop. I'm going to use a cup of that. If you don't have the frozen, go ahead and use a half a cup of onions, a quarter cup peppers, quarter cup celery, and you're really good. Creole seasoning, 1 can stewed tomatoes, Great Northern beans, which can be subbed for garbanzo beans if you like those. I do not, so we're doing Great Northern. You need Worcestershire, garlic, and wine. Now let me show you what we're gonna do. Let's get started with the first thing we need are the can of beans. Just drain your can of beans and pour it in a dish. This is like a 9 by 13, actually I think it's a 9 by 12, it's an odd shaped. But you just want them to kind of layer the bottom of the pan. Very simply, not a big deal, that's a 15-ounce can. Then we're gonna go throw on the chicken. This is just leftover chicken that I had. We're gonna layer that. Again, cassoulet, layered casserole. Very simple. Put that bag up and just layer it again so it's nicely coated. Perfect. Let's go to sausage. We've got about a cup and a half of cooked sausage. Now, you know, last night we made those old-fashioned English muffin, and these are bags I'm gonna wash and reuse because I've got all this meat's cooked, so I can easily pop it on the bag holder and wash and reuse those bags. But we made those English muffin pizzas that everybody, I grew up eating them because my mom worked all the time. And they were so good. So I'm like, ooh, let's save the leftover sausage and we'll do a cassoulet. Now we've got bacon. You want about 1/8 of a cup. And the bacon is really one of the reasons you don't need salt, because as you know, bacon is salty. So again, make sure that it's nicely even, spread evenly so that every little bite you take will at least have 1 or 2 niblets of bacon. So we're gonna coat that evenly. Perfect, perfect. See how this is already starting to look like a nice little pretty cassoulet? And let's go ahead and make the sauce. What we're gonna do first is we're gonna put about a cup of the peppers, onions, and celery. And I'm not gonna measure it, but you know it's a cup. However you want to use it. Again, you're just topping this. That's the next thing that goes in our layered casserole. Good. These are great. Again, just throw it back to the freezer. No worried about getting bad. Now I'm going to tell you my little secret, and this is funny. We're going to add the can of tomatoes. Go ahead, keep the juice. That's part of what you're going to use. We're going to coat this evenly. These are just some stewed tomatoes. You can use diced tomatoes. I'm just going to use it and kind of cut them up. Perfect. Yum, yum, yum. Now, what I was telling you is what I do when I don't need a bowl and I don't need a bag. Since I just ate the beans that were sitting here, I'm going to use this as my little mixing bowl. And this recipe needs 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of Creole seasoning. That was probably it because it kind of poured out. Let me get a little more. And that's 2 teaspoons. We're going to use 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire. This allows me just to make the meal quickly, without the mess, and again, you know, as if I'm not the queen of no dish meals anyway. This just really proves my insanity. Go ahead and add your wine. We're gonna do about a 1/4 cup, just like this, and again, pour it right in. Now, salt and pepper is optional to this. That's strictly up to you. Like I said, I'm not gonna use it, but I did put it out just so you could see it. Now, just use your teaspoon, again, so you minimize your dishes, and stir it up. That smells good. Now we're gonna just pour this nicely, evenly over our casserole. If you see some area that has a little too much garlic, no big deal. Just kind of scoot it around. Now, here's the easy part. We're gonna put a piece of foil over this, bake it at 350 for about 30 to 35 minutes. That's it. Dinner is done. Or, so you got that foil, 30 to 35 minutes, 350, dinner is done. Or, like I said, 2 ways to cook this. Get your crock pot to high. If you've watched any of my videos, you know that just like you preheat the oven, we preheat our crock pot. It makes cooking speed up the process. Go ahead and throw it in your crock pot. We're getting ready to go to soccer. So I'm going to throw it all in because it's going to go all in the same place, which is my belly. I don't care how it looks because it's just us. We're going to pop a lid on this and we are going to cook this on high for about 2 hours while we're gone. Now, I will show you what it looks like shortly, so stay tuned. Dinner is done. Does that look awesome or what? Now, again, it's been about 2 hours. You don't need to do anything else. You're done. You don't need to serve this with anything. Does that look phenomenal? This is just, you're going to, now again, remember, this is going to be a cassoulet if you baked it. I threw it in the crock pot so it could be a yummy dish, but dinner is served. The only thing you really need to do is maybe if you want some French bread to go with this, you could also, how does that look? Whoa, sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on here and dinner is done. Now guys, thanks for joining me. Visit us at facebook.com/bagholder and check out the blog at todaysliving.net. See you soon.